Hello there you guys, welcome to one of my videos. Manchester United have reportedly held talks over Ajax defender Jurrien Timber. It's said recently that Jurrien Timber has agreed to join Manchester United. Erik ten Hag wants Jurrien Timber. He's valued at £35 million. He's been at Ajax for around 8 years. He's made 43 appearances this season. He's under contract with Ajax until 2024. He is only the age of 20, so he's still young. He's got a lot of development in him. He's predominantly a centre back. There's quite a lot of players that Erik ten Hag wants to bring to the club. Now, you know the news regarding Frenkie de Jong. I'm hearing that Frenkie de Jong does not want to leave Barcelona. He said the other day that Manchester United were close to signing Frenkie de Jong. Erik ten Hag contacted Frenkie de Jong's agent. And Xavi give Man United hope of completing a transfer for Frenkie de Jong. Frenkie de Jong wants a transfer to Man City over Man United despite being offered £6 million less. Frenkie de Jong has been at Barcelona since 2019. He's got a contract with them until 2026. Barcelona got him from Ajax. Barcelona paid around £65 million. Erik ten Hag also wants Darwin Núñez at Man United. He also wants N'Golo Kante from Chelsea. Erik ten Hag described N'Golo Kante as fundamental. Kante's contract at Chelsea expires next year. Kante has been at Chelsea for around 6 years. Chelsea got him back in 2016 from Leicester. Chelsea paid £32 million. Kante has won the Premier League with Chelsea. He also won it when he was at Leicester. Don't forget, Man United have done transfer business before with Chelsea. We got Matic off them back in 2017 for around £40 million, and we got Juan Mata off them back in 2014. Ousmane Dembele, Man United have also been linked with him. So there you go. Erik ten Hag 100% wants to sign a new striker. Erik ten Hag's transfer budget has been revealed. He's getting around 170 million. Ten Hag is going to offload players this year and that, so reflecting on that, he will generate money. Michel van der Gaag has joined Erik ten Hag at Man United, and Steve McLaren is also set to join him. Recently, Erik ten Hag begun work at Manchester United. So ten Hag will be in charge for Manchester United's game against Crystal Palace at Selhurst Park this Sunday. That's Man United's final game of the Premier League season. The other month it got officially announced that Manchester United appointed Erik ten Hag as their new manager. Erik ten Hag has replaced Ralf Rangnick. Erik ten Hag signed a 3-year contract with an option of a further year. Man United agreed the compensation with Ajax for Erik ten Hag. The compensation was below 2 million. Ten Hag is Man United's 5th permanent manager since Ferguson. I'm glad that he's experiencing the Premier League. You've got to admire the work he done at Ajax. You know, he developed the young players well. He won Eredivisie titles. He won Dutch Cups, and revert back to 2019. He got Ajax to the Champions League semi-finals. Ten Hag was the Ajax manager for around 5 years. He got appointed in as the Ajax manager back in December 2017. His contract at Ajax was due to expire next year. Ten Hag is the former Utrecht, Bayern Munich reserves and Go Ahead Eagles manager. As for Ralf Rangnick, he was Manchester United's interim manager for around 4 months or so. A few weeks ago, it got officially announced that Ralf Rangnick got appointed in as the new manager of Austria. Rangnick signed a 2-year deal. But despite that, it said Rangnick will continue at Man United in a consultancy role. Ralf Rangnick did endure 1 transfer window as Man United's interim manager, and unfortunately didn't get backed in this year's January transfer window. Earlier on this season, don't forget, Ralf Rangnick recommended Ewan Sharping as an assistant coach and analyst. He also recommended Chris Armisen as an assistant coach, and he recommended Saz Chalenzin as a sports psychologist. And before, Ralf Rangnick was the head of sports and development at Lokomotiv Moscow. Manchester United have sacked 4 permanent managers since Ferguson retired. You know, Man United sacked David Moyes, then Man United sacked Louis van Gaal, then we sacked Jose Mourinho, and in November last year, Manchester United sacked Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. So there you go, and as things stand, Man United have not won a trophy for around 5 years. That's nowhere near good enough to our standards. Man United have only won 4 trophies in the last 10 years. The last time Man United won the Premier League was back in 2013. Like I say, I hate the way the football club has been run for a long time. We've got to get the Glazers out of the football club because they've been one of the biggest issues at the club for a long time. Recently, a lot of Man United fans have been protesting against the Glazers. And I think the protesting will persist until the Glazers are out of the club. The Glazers have owned Man United for around 17 years. They bought the club for 500 million back in 2005. Revert back to a few weeks ago, it got officially announced that Matt Judge resigned. So reflecting on that, it said he won't play a role in this summer transfer window. Matt Judge was at Man United for around 8 years. But like I say, this summer, a lot of players are going to leave Man United. You know, Dean Henderson will be leaving. I'm hearing that Newcastle are interested in signing him. Dean Henderson's our second choice keeper, doesn't really get in goal. Dean Henderson has only made 3 appearances this season. Lee Grant, expecting him to leave. Lee Grant's our 4th choice keeper. He's a backup. Tom Eaton, he should be leaving. He's our 3rd choice keeper. He's another backup. Man United got Tom Eaton on a free transfer from Aston Villa last year. Alex Telles, I reckon he'll be leaving. Telles has been poor for the last few months now. But Tellez was our first choice left back under Ralph Rangnick. Man United got Tellez from Porto back in 2020. Got him in a deal worth 15.4 million. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I reckon he'll be leaving Man United. I'm hearing Atletico Madrid want him on loan. I heard that he could go back to Crystal Palace. Defensively, Bissaka's good, but the attacking side of his game is not so good. This season has been his third full season at Man United. Man United got him for 50 million from Crystal Palace back in the summer of 2019. Phil Jones and Eric Bailly, also expecting them to leave. Well, Jones and Bailly have told their teammates that they intend on leaving the club. You know, Jones and Bailly don't really get in the team. We need to get rid of Harry Maguire this year because he's not good enough to represent the club. Maguire came back from injury not so long ago. A lot of United fans have been demanding for the captaincy to be taken off Maguire, especially throughout the course of this season. Revert back to a few weeks ago, Harry Maguire received a bomb threat at his home, and reflecting on that, he run the police. Man United got Maguire for 80 million. He's the most expensive centre-half in the world at the moment and the second most expensive sign at the club. Maguire's been at Man United for around 3 years. Nemanja Matic, we know he's leaving this summer. Earlier on this season, Matic announced he'll be leaving this summer, despite having around 12 months left on his contract. Matic isn't one of our first choice midfielders, but despite that, he's still being given his opportunities. He's the only predominant centre defensive midfielder Man United have got at the moment. Matic has been at Man United for around 5 years. Paul Pogba looks like he's leaving Man United this summer. I hear that Juventus reveal a gentleman's agreement with Man United for Pogba. Pogba did enjoy 4 good years with Juventus before he re-signed for Man United. Sky Sports said not so long ago that Paul Pogba is likely to move abroad when his contract runs out this summer. Like I said, Real Madrid, Juventus and PSG are all interested. Not so long ago, Pogba rejected a move to Man City. It said City consider signing Pogba on a free from Man United. City were willing to offer him a 4-year deal. Earlier on this season, Rangnick did say that Paul Pogba is unlikely to play for Man United again. He came off injured in the 4-0 defeat to Liverpool at Anfield. Pogba's injury prone because he's endured a lot of injuries since he came to the club. Pogba's Man United's most expensive sign at the moment. Man United paid £89 million for him. This season's been Pogba's 6th season at the club since he re-signed. He's won 3 trophies at the club so far and he's played over 200 games since he re-signed. Jesse Lingard, he should be leaving this summer. It said not so long ago that he's actually resigned to leaving Old Trafford this summer. Lingard's out of contracts very soon, like I say. Lingard is a squad player, you know, he doesn't really get in the team. But he has been part of the football club for a long time. He came up our academy in that. Second half of last season, enjoyed a 4-month loan spell with West Ham and made an impact. Martial will look to get rid of him permanently this summer. At the moment, Martial's out on loan with Sevilla. Juan Mata, he's leaving Man United this year. He's out of contracts very soon. Mata has been a long-serving player at the club. He's been at Man United for around 8 years. And he's had a good career at the club. Mata is another squad player, doesn't really get in the team, but he's started the last 2 or 3 games. Edison Cavani, he's also going to be leaving Man United on a free very soon. Man United got Cavani on a free transfer from PSG back in the summer of 2020. And, you know, next year, you know, more players will leave. I think next year Luke Shaw could possibly leave if he doesn't improve. You know, Rashford, I think, will leave if he doesn't improve. I think Ronaldo could leave next year. He won't leave this summer, Ronaldo, because obviously he wants to play under Eric Ten Hag. You know, Ronaldo said he wants to stay, and Eric Ten Hag has said he wants Cristiano Ronaldo to stay. You know, Fred, I think he could be leaving next year because he's not good enough. I think Lindelof could leave next year as well. Diego Dalot, I think, will leave next year. I don't think he'll leave this summer because, to be fair, Dalot under Rangnick had a lot of good games and he was our first choice right back under Rangnick. So there you go. So anyway guys, that's everything to update you with. Drop your comments, likes below on the channel if you do. Consider subscribe as always, and take care. God bless you all again very soon.